Alright, so here I got a battle against PK, PokemonKing4life2. And as you can see, he brought the same team that my opponent brought the last time, except this time I decided to bring my full squadron because it is PK. So basically, he told me that he pretty much clicked that X button when he saw the opponent use Giga Drain. So my opponent obviously didn't know what he was doing, and then he said that he could probably beat me using that team. So yeah, I said he probably could, but he's gonna have a really hard time simply because of my team. My team pretty much outclasses his in every single way, and his team is very poorly built, and mine isn't the best structured team in the world, but it is somewhat better than his. So I guess he assumed that we would use the same leads, but I didn't use the same leads because I don't know. It's PK, and I knew he would probably lead with something else. But he sends out Gengar, so I'm gonna go for a Bullet Punch. I kind of was thinking that he put HP Fire on the Scizor simply because of how much Gengar lures in Scizor, and he could, you know, destroy me with it. But looks like he doesn't have HP Fire, so he goes to Suicune to resist. I'm gonna go to Rotom to resist again, and Volt Switch out to whatever the fuck I need to switch out to. So he's gonna go into Tyranitar. I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch, and I kinda was worried about going into Landorus here because he might be Scarfed, but that Volt Switch didn't do too much damage, so I'm assuming he's not Scarfed. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna go for the Earthquake here. And I don't really care if he goes into the Claydol, because Claydol, I know it can learn Ice Beam, but I'm not going to stay in there, obviously. I could just U-turn on it and go to Rotom, and Claydol will not be able to do too much to Rotom, so he's going to decide to get up his rocks, which is pretty good, I guess, for him. And I'm just going to fire off some Hydro Pumps, and he brings in the Omastar, which I guess he figured he would take it a little better, but that did a fuckload of damage. Now he's just gonna protect and, you know, try to get some more Sandstorm. I mean, stall me out with Sandstorm and then gain some leftovers recovery. So after he double protects, I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch, and hopefully he'll die, but he's at a decent amount of HP now, so it's gonna probably be down to max damage, but I don't get it, which is fine, because, you know, it's a fucking Omastar, so it's not really going to do too much. I'm going to go into Latios now as he decides to get up some spikes, which is just about all this Omastar is going to be able to do in this match. So, bye-bye, Omastar. And now, I decided to go for Surf, because I knew he has a T-Tar, and I knew he was going to Pursuit Trap me, so I just wanted a little bit more damage off on that guy. And I don't really want Latios dead, because that Gengar is kind of impeding my horse sweep, because it is going to outspeed my horse, I believe. So yeah, he decides to switch out for some reason. I do not know why. I haven't the slightest clue, because he was gonna be able to live the second Surf, but I guess he decides to go into Scizor for some reason, and I get a crit, which is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And now I'm going to go into Scarm to resist the obvious Bullet Punch coming in. Going to try to set up rocks, but he knows that I'm going to set up rocks, so he's going to go into the Claydol. And now I'm going to get out of there because he is going to Rapid Spin. But that gives me a free chance to bring in my Rotom because, you know, it's not going to take too much from the Rapid Spin. But the residual damage is taking its toll, so I'm going to hopefully need to rest eventually. I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump here. Thankfully it hits, and the Claydol fucking dies, so that's pretty good. It's not too good though, because he knows he's gonna need to rely on that residual damage in order to kill my Rotom, because it is gonna be able to take a Shadow Ball at full health, and I should be able to do quite a bit of damage to him with the Hydro Pump. So I'm gonna go into Scizor because I'm pretty sure he's gonna Shadow Ball. He doesn't really have too many options at this point because of how horrible his team is. So here I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch, which was kind of a dumb move, since I know he knows he needs his Landorus, or he needs his Gengar in order to kill my Landorus. Otherwise, Landorus is going to have a field day with his team. So I probably should have U-turned, and that mistake is pretty much going to cost me my Scizor. In hindsight, I probably could have sacked Skarmory because it's not really going to be doing shit, but I guess I do want Stealth Rock up. So knowing that it's a Suicune, knowing that he has Icy Wind, I know he's probably going to go for it, so I'm going to go for the substitute, so he will not be able to break my sub and will not reduce my speed. And honestly, I was thinking that I was going to set up on this dude all day, and he wouldn't really be able to do shit to me because I do have the secret sword move, so even if he does try to Calm Mind up along with me, which is pretty much going to be unlikely due to the Icy Wind that he's carrying, so yeah, I was thinking I'm pretty much good here, but he has the extra sensory, which is kind of smart, to be honest, because he knew that I would bring in this horse against his Suicune, and you know, it's going to be able to break my sub. So now that I know he's going to use the psychic move on me, I'm going to go for Calm Mind a couple of times, and then I mispredict here. I assumed he'd go into Gengar predicting the fighting move, but I don't know. I kind of was thinking Hydro Pump would have killed him anyway, even though he does resist, but it misses, so it doesn't really matter. And anyway, this is going to give me an opportunity to bring in my Rotom and set up a rest, and hopefully extra sensory won't do too much because it is a Suicune and is not stab. And yeah, now I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch as he is going to die. So yeah, Rotom's putting in work against this guy. Notice, well, I don't know, I guess PK had an advantage being that he pretty much made custom sets for this team because he knew what team I'd be using. So what I was gonna say is, notice how Horse demolished the other guy, and Horse Jr. didn't really do too much in this battle against PK, but like I said, that's probably due to the set that he pretty much custom made for the horse. So yeah, Skarm's gonna come in, I'm gonna get up rocks, and he's gonna Fire Blast me as I live, and then kill me off with an Ice Beam, which leaves me free to bring in the Landorus. I'm straight up gonna go for the U-turn. I mean, not U-turn, the Earthquake, because U-turn, I guess, was a little too obvious, and I knew it wouldn't kill, and I don't really want anything taking any other damage, especially not my Rotom. So yeah, I'm just gonna stand here, and he brings in Gengar, but I know I should be able to take this Shadow Ball, and I do. So unless the Stone Edge misses, I should be good to go. So Gengar finally fucking dies, which means I pretty much have this game in the bag, because, you know, I think his final guy is a Scizor. So I assumed he'd go for Bullet Punch and then I'd win, but he goes for Quick Attack, so that kind of puts me in a situation, since I'm not sure if Rotom will be able to take this Quick Attack, and it's all going to come down to whether I could take this or not, and I do. So that is a pretty good game, PK. It comes down to 20 HP, probably came down to damage variation, to be honest, but I ended up winning. So comment, rate, all that shit. I'm out.